So another founder in car, and today we will discuss what is the boosterjet engine that Suzuki now employs in their models, and also for the first time in the Swift Sport, so the ZC33S has his boosterjet. And to say it in short, Suzuki wanted to have a modern equivalent of a naturally aspirated engine, and they state themselves that they brought 2-liter power out of a 1.4-liter engine capacity, and they made 5 choices to give you a very good alternative internal combustion engine. One, it's emphasized to give power and torque at low revs. And why is that? If you can already get power and torque at low revs, you feel direct feel like a naturally aspirated engine, because it will feel even from the get-go that it doesn't need to spool up. So that's one. But it also increases fuel efficiency and the feeling of power, of course. If you feel power low down, this helps. 2, they have direct fuel injection, also helping you with fuel efficiency, of course. And they have a multi-nozzle design, so that is the best way to approach this if you go for direct injection of fuel into the engine. So those are 2. Then they optimized that you have as little lag as possible, so even no lag is felt during most driving experience. And how did they manage this? They used a very small short inlet, and if you make that pad shorter, you have a more direct feel. Also, they don't use an extremely big turbocharger, they use a turbocharger to supplement all the other things. So also the no lag experience is very close to naturally aspirated. For to make an engine, as I mentioned, 1.4 liter in capacity, but it has power of a 2 liter, but the 2 liter would require much more engine compartment space, and also bring with it a lot more weight. So they managed to get a lot of engine in a small capacity. And the 5th one is that they, especially in the latest evolution, so this is one of the latest evolutions, if not the latest, the K14D. So 1.4 turbo with variable valve timing on both sides of the valve, so on the inlet side but also on the exhaust side, and that gives you a very good experience throughout the rev range, and that's what the boosterjet engine is. Hope this helps. Hope you like this video. Some bonus material. Why would you use a turbocharger even if you're not extremely focused on performance? Why? If an engine produces power, you have air and fuel coming in, but there's also exhaust gases going out. And the turbo, it sits in between the normal exhaust and the engine, and what it does, it takes those exhaust gases and recirculates them, and that drives a turbine, and the turbine is then used to suck in fresh air into the car. So that gives you more air to be fed in, and therefore you can have a more efficient burning of the fuel. And by doing so, normally that exhaust gas is just a waste product, and you recirculate, you reuse it. So the wasted energy is then directed back into motion again to supplement the engine. And it's a little bit similar to what Suzuki does with its this smart hybrid system that they have, which is a very mild hybrid. What it does, it is the strongest form in the K14D, because then at the 48 volt application. Well, to summarize what it does, when the car, it is not fed by a cord which feeds in electricity, but when the car is decelerating, normally that energy would just be wasted and using up your brake system as well, because your brakes are there to slow your car down. What this does is it just uses electric engine as a dynamo, so to feed waste speed, brake it on the electric engine, and that electric engine also works a little bit like a turbine, generating electricity, like they also did with the Hoover Dam or other application where they use the energy of water to be stored in electricity, and that's free electricity. And that's the same with the Suzuki mild hybrid system. And because it only supplements the engine, it's not a main source. You don't need a big battery, you just need a small battery to feed in those waste energy, and when you accelerate again, it will bring back that energy. Also, when you restart your engine, because that's start-stop system, it will use the energy of that secondary battery that's fed with waste energy. So that's what the smart hybrid system is in the Suzuki lineup, and also what they do with the turbos, the boosterjet lineup that they now have. It's not only focused at performance, it is there that you have more performance in a lower rev range, but also directed at fuel economy. Hope you like this video, have a great day.